Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Grue Rume. And today, for the Grue Rume, we got a very great guest. His name is Cam Okoneski, and he is a talent agent, and he represents a lot of top influencers. And I'm really looking forward to talking to him, like all the guys and gals that he has part of his team. They're all big names in the TikTok world, the YouTube world, the Instagram world. They're big social media influencers, and Cam is the guy in charge of them. And I'm gonna find out how he got started, how he signed these top names, and like it's names like Tyler Ashton, Pretty Boy, the Moy Twins, Johnny Valentine, and it's a whole list of others. So when Cam comes on, we're going to talk to him about his business and really looking forward to hearing about it. I am Rocco Cross. I am the host at Stutters. I am the host of the Grue Rume, and my interview with Cam is coming up next. Okay, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day and coming on the show.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, my guy.
Definitely, buddy, definitely. So, look, before we started live, you were telling me you actually came to Philly, visited Philly, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I stopped through like not for a traditional trip. It was definitely kind of like a intermediary pit stop.
Mm-hmm.
As we talked about, definitely had to hit up Pat and Gino's. Love Philly. For those of you who like to smoke, Illadelph has the best glass in the country. Swear to God, check out the stores. Illadelph, love it. But yeah, Philly's great. Go Eagles. Let's hope they have a great season this year. Better than last year, hopefully. But yeah,
Right.
cool, man. Yeah.
You know, I even have green in my thing over there for like Grue.
Oh yeah, for sure. Man. Got to get the great symbol going in the Grue, man. For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the first question I wanted to ask you is, how did you wind up getting started with doing what you do? Because you got all these social media stars, and you're the guy who books them. You're their talent guy. And how did you wind up getting started with that?
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of a unique and crazy backstory. Just to give you a little background, Cam, I'm 22 years old, but originally from Portland, Oregon. And I actually was super into music and entertainment in general. Like, so I grew up, I love film, I love to consume music and kind of what, the arts, especially music, did to me, how I related to it, got me through tough times and whatnot, also pumped me up. And I had some of my best experiences listening to music all throughout my childhood. So basically, I was out in Portland, Oregon, just kind of being like, yo, what do I want to do in life? Yada, yada, yada. I worked hard in school. Like, I don't really know if I want to be the accountant and whatnot. I want to do something that I love, right? So anyways, I was just kind of sitting back, and it was like my senior year of high school, junior going into
Mhm.
senior year of high school, right? And I was just kind of like figuring out like, well, damn, man, like if I can get these good grades and work really hard with academics, I could probably use the same mentality and work my ass off in a field or industry that I actually want to be a part of, right? So I had
Right.
this realization, and I'm thinking like, okay, what can I do here? And so what I decided to do was I picked out two people in my high school, right? One was a designer and also made music. And then there was another one who hadn't made any music yet, but I heard him kind of freestyle, whatnot, thought it was dope, right? So my clothing guy that I started to manage creatively, I just walked up to him like, yo, let me help you with the clothes and the music. I want to help you, creatively direct and manage you, I guess. That was kind of my first step, right? Then I went up to the second kid and I said, yo, my clothing guy's got a studio at his crib. Let's pull up, let's make some tracks. Let's just fuck it. Let's just see what happens, right? So anyways, excuse me, I'm getting a call.
That's
So
all right.
anyways, so anyways, that happened. We had our first session. We created the guy's name as well and started releasing some of our first tracks, and they actually started to get, decent traction, but I fell in love with the process, right? Like I fell in love with the fact that, this wasn't created prior to us actually taking this initiative to come together and to create something dope. So let's see what we can do with it, right? So then from there, one of the artists that I actually started to manage started to get a lot of, I guess, looks from the underground music scene. I'm talking about
Nice.
SoundCloud OG, this like 2017 days, right? So anyways, we were basically doing our networking, trying to push records and whatnot. And we ended up getting a bite from this guy named Jay Rich out in Atlanta. This is probably about like towards the end of my senior year. And he has strong interest in one of the artists I managed, right? So he started to, I guess, kind of be proactive in the career, helping us out. And for me, this was a huge step too, coming from Portland, like getting that first recognition from someone in the music industry and entertainment in general, just to like acknowledge you and say, oh, what's good. And just so you don't know, I mean, Jay Rich is Offset's main engineer. He's got like 17 plaques, one Grammy nomination. So
Wow.
it was definitely a huge step for me. So I was like, damn, like, this isn't just some joke like that I play at a party. Like people are really starting to like listen to it. And beyond that, this was all off of the initiative of me just trying to create something cool and dope. So, anyways, when I got that first validation from Jay Rich, right, I was like, shit, like, man, we should really like hone in and focus on this, right? And so at the time, I would say like a month or two, I was going to University of Oregon,
Okay.
freshman, and I really started to see, some of the opportunities and I guess potential opportunities that would if I did pursue a music career. However, I was locked in Eugene, Oregon, at University of Oregon, and I just really didn't see how I was going to do anything impactful in entertainment. Being one, Eugene is kind of a college town in Eastern Oregon or Southern Oregon, really kind of nowhere, not a lot going on. Second, Portland in general is the main city in Oregon, but there's really not a whole lot of, I guess, charting actors or
Mhm.
musicians chilling out there, except Amine is pretty dope. And I love McConan was living out there for a little bit. He may still. But besides that, not really a lot going on. So I'm sitting to myself, I'm like, damn, like I can really pay this money and like go to school and work hard towards a business degree, but I'm really not going to have any benefit outside of just the academic space as far as,
Exactly.
wise. So I basically said, fuck it, like dead ass. I said, fuck it, call it mom and pop. I'm like, yo, I'm dropping out. This is like 10 weeks into school. I ended up dropping out. My parents hated it, right? Absolutely hated it. I ended up sending it down to LA by myself with like $300 to my pocket. I brought a friend with me, and we were just basically like Airbnb hopping. And I was not very educated on the LA area, so I stayed in Watts, California, and Central and South Central Los Angeles for about 2, 3 weeks. And we're basically just Airbnb hopping around. From there, I hit K Town and whatnot, right? And then money started getting short, definitely. And I was kind of thinking, like, damn, I'm stressed. Like, I'm 19 years old. I had a great GPA, yada, yada, yada. Did I just throw this all away to pursue some dream? Anyways, I had the thought, well, if I have to sustain myself here and just kind of work some 9 to 5 bullshit hourly wage,
Mhm.
it's really not going to work out for me. But how can I leverage my situation and I guess get the best of both worlds? So that's where I started doing research into schools and colleges again, even though I was super anti, like, fuck college, you can make it on your own.
Right.
We're doing it anyways, right? So instead of being in Eugene, Oregon, I'm like, maybe I can target some places and some schools that have a strong music business or entertainment, I guess, program or educational aspect to it. So I
Okay.
started going through, looked at LA Film School. USC has a great music business program, but that's a little, I guess, kind of upper echelon as far as admittance goes. And I had just dropped out of Oregon, so I doubt a USC administrator would be like, "Oh, let him in, whatever," right? So, anyways, I found this great school called Hofstra, which I actually am in college still. I have one more semester left, but they
Oh
had a great,
wow.
yeah, but they had a great music business program. It's by this guy named Terrence Tompkins, who was John Legend's A&R, and I was like, damn, well, I really want to learn under someone who was in the industry and has done similar things to me. So I ended up applying. I got accepted, and they basically gave me no financial aid, super expensive. So I ended up writing a handwritten letter being like, yo, let me in. Like, you don't know my grind. I'm ready to get this shit. They actually hit me back and they gave me like the highest level gold scholarship. It's like 75% off my tuition. I'm like, okay, I got to do it. It's Hofstra. It's in New York, and it's like 25 minutes outside from the city, right? So I can do that and be secure, but also work on, I guess, my extra ventures outside of academics.
Mhm.
Ended up doing that. Then I flew to New York and was living there ever since. This was about 2019. Met a few more artists, right? But at college, I met this guy who's my partner currently. And we both happen to be in the same realm of
Okay.
interest. So we both manage artists at the time. I heard a little chit chat. Yo, this new kid's coming in. He manages artists. Yo, check him out. He's also the same entrepreneurship and music business major as you. So I'm like, all right, for sure, right?
Nice.
So I meet him. We chop it up. We're like, yo, let's get this shit. Let's get it going. We ended up starting an independent record label. However, that independent record label launched in like 2020. It's still active. We
Oh
had about like
nice.
5 artists on there, but COVID had hit, right? And we had a huge plan behind all of our artists. And we were going to do this regional tour and whatnot and pair it like that. But COVID hit, no live shows, really hit the record label, very hard. I mean, the music industry got hit tremendously hard just because the only thing at that point that was bringing revenue was stream and merch sales. And we were really
Mhm.
trying to bring, I guess, lower tier artists to kind of the mainstream spotlight. And really, you're not profiting for shit off of that unless it's like shows or streams. And at that point, they weren't streaming too well. So then we had to drop some of our artists, but it's still active. And we shifted our focus towards talent management, especially honing in on TikTok. And this is where I really got into the TikTok and talent space as well. So we started this talent agency and talent management company, which is I'm the CMO for currently. It's called Echo. We have about 40 talent signed currently with about 75 million in following on TikTok. We're also
Damn.
starting a production house out in Encino. I'm sure you're familiar with like content houses, like you have Sway House, Phase House, all that shit. So it's
Exactly.
basically the same concept, but it's a production house because we're going to be basically recruiting higher tier talent and running a production alongside of it. So it won't be the same, I guess, black and white cliche TikToks that are being created at the space. It's going to be a legitimate plot and production that is tagged along with the collective and the group that we're building that's based off of TikTok, right? So that's why I like to call it a production house. And
Oh
we're going to be
wow.
naming the production house Echo House after the management company Echo Management. And that's kind of where I've been at now. So I have about 75 million in audience under the people that I manage. The house
Yeah.
should have around like 25 million as well in following amongst the 6 people that will be living in the house.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Exactly.
obviously, in addition to that, so I work on the management side and the brand agency side. So all day, what I do is I coordinate a lot of campaigns, promotional campaigns. I also deal with a lot of my clients with special appearances,
Mhm.
collaborations. We just had one coming with a big name that I can't mention right now, but huge things coming, working on documentaries with a few clients as well. So it's
Oh.
basically a super cool spot to be in, especially me wanting to be in the entertainment industry for so long. And now I work with TikTok talent, I work with actors, musicians, and models. So there's definitely a lot coming, and this has all happened within the span. The management company has all happened within the span of like 9 months now.
That's
So super
crazy.
excited, yeah, dude. So super excited to see what's coming, man. And TikTok's a crazy space, yo. It's got like the
Oh
highest
my God, I know.
most soon, most emerge. Everyone's on TikTok right now. So
Yeah, they are.
it's a super white space. It's not industrialized too much, but it's been super cool to be a part of and just kind of learn how to navigate through. But that's my backstory.
Wow. No, no, man, that's awesome. Like,
Mm.
I'm really happy to hear like you you went for your love. You like you didn't just sit in college and waste waste your time
Not,
away
not,
on
not
learning
there, just
something.
be like, where's the next 30 pack? You know what I'm saying? No, none of that. I'm trying to work and like do something productive.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
leave
like
those
like
behind and they can do that shit while I'm working on this big shit. I'm trying to
exactly,
influence
exactly.
the world and culture. I love culture. It's all about that.
See, like you wouldn't be doing this now if you were in some 9 to 5 job, right?
Nah, and no hate to that. You know what I'm saying? Like some people really like to like have that security and stability.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
comes with some of these jobs, especially like accounting, for example. And shout out
Mhm.
accountants, man, for real. Like I need a fucking accountant right now. Like y'all do great work, but it's just not for me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, how did you wind up coming up with with the name for your place?
For the management
For
company or
for
the
E
production house
Echo.
for Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually like definitely a unique story. To be honest with you, what we wanted to do, especially in the TikTok space, was a
Mhm.
lot of these creators were really getting like screwed over by some of these brands that we're promoting, right? So they have these huge audiences that they accumulate over a very short amount of time,
Yeah.
and they really aren't too educated on like CPMs and really the value behind their following and what they present to the world, right? So a lot of these creators were getting lowballed, like doing posts like $100 when it really should be posted for like 1,000 to 2,000 for the promotion.
Oh,
So that's the first
wow.
thing. And then the second thing is this one. So as a management company and as a manager at heart, my biggest thing is actually applying like holistic approach to management, not just checking your emails and giving you deals. Like what we really are focusing on is running verticals off of each person that we select to manage. And what I mean by that is like really creatively coming with them, sitting down and like creating strategies or tactics that we can actually leverage their audience and go into something that would be maybe more established as far as a niche or avenue within the entertainment industry as a whole. For example, like a TikToker or a TikTok talent, right? That's,
Mhm.
I want to say, like probably on the lower tier end, as far as you looking at the whole scope of talent in general, because I would look at musicians, actors, models and TikTokers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
These TikTokers sitting here have this huge platform that they can leverage and really help themselves scale and grow into other avenues, right? So if some guy has a huge following and looks great, but is just on TikTok, that's a great way and a great addition to their portfolio to help start shuffling them to casting agents for getting auditioned into movies or short films or shows.
of course. Yeah,
They want to become a musician or anything like that. They have a million followers as their audience. Like start making music and start promoting. But it's about creating one that brands and two creating the steps to get to where they want to be, right? And so goes back to what Echo is as a company. We really want to be the Echo that helps push their voice out into the world. Does that make sense?
it makes perfect sense.
So that's where the name came from. But yeah.
Wow, nice. Yeah,
Mhm.
well, a couple nights ago, I had a guest on here, Alex Sampson,
Mhm.
and Alex started out as doing videos on the TikTok, and now he's making music, and his music videos are hitting a million like hits and stuff, and he came from the ad.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying is there's the growth and the verticals that these kids can run off of themselves is seriously, it's uncharted. Like you can really do anything if you set your mind to it, especially if you have a million followers following your personal page, right? These people love
Exactly.
you, they're consumed with anything that you do. It's just about being strategic and smart with how you want to leverage that platform. And then you can really grow into any avenue you wish.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. When I was telling you that me and my friend run a horror site too, and I switched over to this because I wanted to stop doing written interviews because the fans weren't actually reading them anymore. So I wanted to switch over to something that they were asking for. They were asking for videos because no one wants to read anymore.
Yeah, right. It takes too much time. Let me just hear it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when I was doing written 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 interviews, I actually interviewed on a written interview, some guys that work for you, Johnny Valentine and Tyler Ashton.
Mhm. Say it.
And
Wait, I'm sorry. You cut out a little bit. Say that again about
oh,
Johnny and.
sorry.
No,
Uh,
you're good.
yeah, when I was doing the written stuff, the written interviews for the site, I actually interviewed a couple guys that work for you, Johnny Valentine and
Oh, really?
Tyler Ash, and like that was.
Damn, no way. Damn, I'm currently living with Taylor Ashton right now. He's the homie. And
Oh,
then
are you
John,
serious?
yeah, and then Johnny's my boy. I love Johnny. We got the same birthday too. Same time, same year.
Nice.
Yeah, Johnny's great. He's gonna be the next biggest pop star, just for those who don't know.
His
We got some
his
crazy shit. It's no for real, man. He's got some crazy shit he's been working so hard on, like for real. The world, like for real, is not ready. I think he hasn't dropped in like 2 months, but trust me, he's been working. So get ready
I
for
don't know,
Johnny.
like his music's good.
Spotlight.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
That was one of the reasons I wanted him on the show, and I did written interviews. I brought him on and asked him about his music, and brought a little bit of horror questions in there too. But
Oh, love it.
but yeah, he was fun. And Tyler Ashton, I think, what was he like? I think that was when he first came out.
On TikTok.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
when he first came out because it was easier to message him and him actually replying to you before.
I mean, he was a talent scout, man. You got him before he blew up. Shit.
Yeah,
That's super cool, though. I love Tyler. He's fucking awesome. Great guy.
he's very cool. He is. He's
Yeah.
very nice person.
Mhm.
And like the talent you have booked, were you friends with them first, or did or did you just find them?
No, it's just straight, reaching out and finding them. It's a
Oh,
lot of
wow.
it's talent scouting, basically. Like I said, we're super selective with who we bring in and who we would like to manage. And, there's a plethora of benchmarks that we check off before, actually reaching out and wanting to manage someone. But for the most part, it's just strictly, hard research and scouting. That's pretty much it. Obviously, you have the where you may have like a bigger talent and they have a friend or two that you also would love to manage. They connect you, but
Right.
for the most part, it's super just, cold outreach, being like, hey, this is what I do, get the intro done, and then move forward if you guys vibe with each other.
Wow. Okay.
Hmm.
Wow. That's pretty pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever wanted to go into something like doing films or television or anything like that?
Yeah, no, 100%. So, like I was telling you earlier,
Mm-hmm.
my biggest passion was music, obviously, but
Well, yeah.
entertainment as well. Love culture, film especially. I love film. I adore film. Right. However, my first step was the music industry. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
there's crossovers within entertainment, especially TikTok. So that's how I naturally ventured into the film side as well. Eventually, once I get there and accomplish the formation of the company and get this whole production house set up. I would love to venture into film as well. Love to produce shows, etc. I actually have a great friend of mine named Isaac Drake. Shout out Isaac. And Nick Stoser as well. Shout out Nick Stoser. He just got booked for a big short film, which I'm hyped about. But I've been loosely, managing Nick Stoser, just helping him out on here and there. He has a talent agent and whatnot, but just kind of absorbing and getting the knowledge of what goes into actually the film side.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
super cool and unique. But yeah, definitely would love to get into production.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And how do you think like apps are help like these apps are actually helping a lot of young talent, right? Like you got TikTok and YouTube and in, Instagram Live and all these different apps. And do you do you think this is what's actually helping younger talent get get to where they want to be?
Oh, 100%. I really do think that the next biggest movie stars are gonna be coming from TikTok. 100%. No,
Nice.
I'm not kidding, like 100%. I think that it's a great way for people that have that potential or those skills that go in acting to kind of just showcase themselves, also to capture the audience as well. And I think that, like I was saying, it's a great leverage tool as well when you're going into casting rooms.
Mhm.
Having that following and the comfortability of actually, presenting, or I guess on TikTok for the most part, you're acting as well for an audience. So I think that yeah, 100% is going to play a huge role.
Well, your boy Tyler, like he actually like his little videos he does are really good. Like he definitely has what it takes to go into film or television.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was actually telling him too to like come up with like cool like hypothetical little storylines to
Mhm.
include with series of TikToks, right? So maybe just having some like we are talking about, for example, on some Grue kind of vibes about having like maybe some like kind of murder mystery type thing going
Nice.
on, and you have little Easter eggs. It's like part one of like maybe a 10 video series that he kind of drops maybe every once in a while. But I think that would be
Nice.
super cool and unique as well. Also, like I said, showcasing their ability to act and also kind of envision, I guess, and act out a storyline. If that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, definitely, yeah. I I mean, the more effort you put into a video, the better the better, like, fans and actual film producers and stuff would actually look at that more.
Yeah, 100%. So, like I was saying, I really do think that the next wave of film stars are going to be basically bred off of social media, especially TikTok.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Mhm.
So, what do you like doing for fun when you aren't working?
Well, my number one thing is I am an aspiring professional sports bettor. You will not find a better
Oh,
better than yeah, I love the sports bet, football, baseball, basketball, all that shit. So a lot of my spare time, honestly, is after I finish my work and managing my talent and whatnot. I love to crack a beer with the boys, throw some
nice.
sports bets down, watching football, all that. Another thing too, obviously, is I love going to festivals, also DJ events. Love
Oh,
to
get out.
support kind of local DJs, check them out. As I said, I love the music scene and entertainment as a whole. So I love just kind of going out to clubs, going out with friends. Obviously, big time on food and whatnot and cuisine. So I try to hit like 2 to 3 restaurants a week with my guys too. Check out new Italian spots, American spots,
Nice.
all that too. But yeah, love hospitality, entertainment as a whole. So yeah, for fun, definitely sports betting, watching watching sports, football, basketball, baseball. Love going out to check out new spots. Love going to see, festivals and artists
Mhm.
perform. And then I guess the last kind of hobby that I would have would probably just be like kicking it, talking with the homies, maybe a little ping pong, but just kind of out
Nice.
and whatnot. But yeah,
Nice.
definitely, lacking on the free time as of recently as
Well,
things have
yeah, of course.
kind of come up. But it's always crucial to get in that mental health and that mental break. And that can just be as easy as an hour kickback session with your homie. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what yeah.
So like, do you go on the, what's that sporting bet? FanDuel,
And
right? Is
so
that what it's called?
I wish, and don't quote me on this, but I've been betting on the low because I've been chilling in New York and in Cali where sports betting isn't legal yet.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
But guess
yeah,
what?
yeah.
A VPN can change that. Yeah, for all they know, man, I'm wherever.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I also pretty quiet. I love movies, and love TV shows.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. What are some sports teams you love watching, you love to follow?
Yep, I'm a Seattle Seahawk at heart, right? Portland doesn't have a football team, so grew up a Seahawk fan.
Nice.
Love Russell Wilson with them. Also love the Buffalo Bills. They're fire. Josh Allen's sick as fuck. I'm repping the Mariners right now too, because that's the only MLB team by where I grew up in Seattle.
Okay.
So I love the Mariners as well, and then the Portland Trailblazers. Shout out my guy Dame. Dame Lillard's the goat. But yeah, those are my three teams.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm.
And what about like what kind of songs do you like? What's on your playlist? Like I'm sure
Yeah.
you got like a whole range of stuff.
Yeah, I definitely do have a whole range. There's so much like as a fan of music in general, like I'll say that I love all types of genres. But for the most part, I definitely have a love for hip hop. Young Thug is the guy, the goat. I've been listening to Thug since I was like in fifth, sixth grade, probably sixth grade, yeah. And then from Thug, drift into the whole Atlanta scene. So I love Thug, love Future, love the South Florida guys too. Denzel Curry, I've
Nice.
seen him like six times growing up. He was awesome. But yeah, definitely hip hop. But on the other side, I love like chill alternative music. I love house music, EDM music. Except I don't like country that much. That's the only music genre I will not listen to. I do not like country. That's it though.
Okay. And of of course, I was gonna ask you this question because we were talking earlier. What are some horror movies you love to watch?
Oh shit, man. Horror movies that I love to watch. Honestly, I've been struggling to find some good ones recently. My all-time favorites, though, uh, all-time favorite horror movie. That's a hardest question. I would say love. Grew up loving the Paranormal Activities. When I go
Oh
back,
yeah.
they're easy, but it was great. Like as a kid, I scared my ass off. Right. Next one, love Hereditary. Ari Aster is a genius. I
Yes.
thought Hereditary was cool as fuck. I also thought Midsummer was super dope as well. Next one, probably. Let's see if I can think of one that's kind of out there. What was the one? Is it? It's No, it's not Conjuring. It's the one where it's the detective or like the investigative blogger or journalist that moves into that house that got there was like a murder, a family that was murdered or something, and he finds the tapes in the attic and he replays them. You know what I'm talking about?
Not in the Sidious, not Insidious, right?
Sinister? I think it's Sinister. Have you seen it?
Sinister, yes, yes,
Have you
yes,
seen that? That shit is fucked up, bro. That shit is
yes.
fucking crazy. And then he goes and finds the tapes
That's right. That's right. That's right.
and he's like duct taping a family like chairs and then throwing him into like a pool with like electricity. This shit's crazy. That
That
shit
was
fucked me up for real. That's definitely a top five movie for me. Just straight gruesome for real.
yeah, yeah. Like that movie messes with your head a lot. Like
Yeah.
that. That
What for you?
was
Got any picks for me?
Well, me, like I like a lot of the old school horror the most, like the Halloweens, the Elm Streets, the
Yeah.
Jasons, Chucky's, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let me see. I'm trying to think of a good one. Did you ever see the Evil Dead?
No.
Okay, well, all
That a
right.
zombie movie?
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
it's
I'll check that
basically like these group of friends. They go out in the woods and they go into this old looking house, and then they start turning, and it's like
All right, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Let's go. The Evil Dead. I got you right now, yo. I'll check it out
oh,
tonight.
yeah. I mean, they got like the one that was made in like what year was that? 80 something, and then they had one that was like recently made in 2000 something. Like, watch the old one.
Okay, I'll check them out. I'll let you know how I like it.
Okay, sweet, sweet. And, and what about, are you currently binge watching any TV shows, like
Yeah,
you and your boys at the
Sopranos.
house?
Sopranos. I've never seen it. I'm on like season 4 right now. Great. I love all mob, Italian mob shit. So Sopranos is awesome. All time show. Breaking Bad. Nothing better. Thought Game of
That
Thrones
was
was
great.
cool. Obviously, as you progressed, it got very shitty. Last season was horrible. Let down. I thought Game of Thrones was really cool though. But yeah, for right now, I've been definitely binging Sopranos. Also, just finished Twin Peaks too. If you haven't seen that, Twin
Oh
Peaks is awesome.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that shit's like a little throwback in the '90s, but fucking dope show.
Now, I don't know if you're a fan of rock, that Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, no, who doesn't like The Rock? Come on.
Well, there's a TV series that was out based on his life when he was a kid, because Rock came from wrestling. Like, his
Yeah,
father was a wrestler, his grandfather was a wrestler, the grandmother was a wrestling booker, and this television series that they do, it shows you his life as a kid and a teenager growing up in the world of wrestling, and it's called Young Rock.
Young Rock. Okay,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's
I'll check it
it's
out.
really good. Like,
Keep that in Young Rock.
yeah, it was really good. I like liked it a lot. Like, I don't know if you're a fan of old school WWF, like the Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, and all them. And
I have appreciation for it, definitely. So
yeah,
I'll check it out.
nice. And where do you like visiting? Like, I mean, I'm sure your line of work takes you all over the world, especially like traveling with like Tyler and Johnny and all them. Like, is there any places you like to visit?
So yeah, I'm definitely a little bit of a nomad lifestyle type of guy. West Coast definitely always has my heart, but for right now, love New York, love New York City, love everything, the energy, the atmosphere, the people. So I really love to go to New York. I always love to stop by in Los Angeles. I don't really enjoy living in Los Angeles, to be completely honest with you.
Okay.
It's just super like widespread out, and the people there are kind of like lackadaisical. Like New York really gives me that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. But yeah, so I love New York, LA, love to stop by. Miami's super cool for a weekend or two.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I would say that New York is definitely my spot to go to. Love going back to Portland. If anyone hasn't been to Portland, you got to check it out. It's like the most beautiful city in all of the
Really?
country. Yes, the summer times are fucking gorgeous. There's
Oh
0%
wow.
humidity. It's the beer capital of the world too. So if you're into beer, they have like literally the best beer ever. If you
The
like to
beer capital? Really?
capital of the world. Swear to God, yeah, check it
Oh
out.
shit.
So you
Okay.
can get super cool like micro brewery, some crazy like double hazy IPAs. Like you go,
Really?
yes, you got to check out Portland 100%. And on top of that, they got like some of the best and the cheapest weed in the nation. If people like to consume
Nice.
cannabis, obviously
Nice.
if they're of age. But yeah, Portland is seriously the best. So love checking out Portland. Love New York. Love stopping by Miami and LA. But those are kind of my places to be. And then I love Rome in Italy, love it. Paris is awesome. In Barcelona, I probably had the most fun I've ever had in my entire life there. They got a crazy strip of fucking clubs. If you're ever in Barcelona, go check out Pasha and Opium. Those are like some of the best nightclubs I've ever been to. But yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice. You
Yeah.
you, you just gave me like a whole bunch of places that I want to
All
see
right.
now.
I should be a traveler.
I mean, talking to a place that has the best beer and the best weed, like, you definitely want me to steer in the right direction there.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Take a flight out to Portland, man. Let me know. I'll give you some
Oh,
spots to hit up.
all right, sweet man, sweet. And where can fans find you at? Like, what's your socials and your website and all that stuff?
Yeah, for sure. So my Instagram is Oko Chanel one, OKO Chanel, Chanel with the number one. Find me on Instagram there. Twitter is just Cam Okoneski. That's my full name, CAMOKONESKI. You can find me on Twitter there. I'm really kind of just not too active on social media, to be honest with you. I work in social media and I'm kind of too busy behind the scenes pushing and whatnot. But who knows? Maybe I'll come out with a little podcast here pretty soon. So we'll check it
Definitely
out.
should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I mean, do you want to push or plug anything? Like, you got anything coming up, or your clients have anything?
If you're so I know that Johnny's gonna be releasing some music here pretty soon. So keep in touch with Johnny Valentine. That shit's gonna go crazy. He's releasing a track called Flex on Your X that's been super anticipated. It's gonna seriously, I think, break the internet. Super dope music video coming with that too. Keep your eyes out for the production house as well. Just stay tuned into my Instagram. I'll let y'all know when that shit goes live. In addition to that, if anyone's in Los Angeles, I got a show on September 18th. It's not a show, it's a club event, but I'll have a few DJs there, whatnot, drinks, people. It'll be fun as fuck.
Damn, that sounds fun.
Besides that, maybe some big events coming, but nothing locked in yet. But I'll keep you guys updated. Just follow my socials and whatnot. You can keep posted there.
It definitely sounds like you throw some really good things there, like parties, clubs, and all that. Sounds like it's a good time, a fun time.
Oh yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to have fun, right?
Well, yeah. So I'm gonna have to take a plane there one day and check
Yeah,
one of
hit
them
me
out.
up. Hey, where's Grue at? Come on.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, for sure, though, man. Yeah, for sure. And then other than that, though, yeah, that's much it. Hit my socials up, or hit Grue if you need to get into contact with me. If you want to market, I got the best fucking social media marketing in the fucking world. Hit me up. I'll run anything, brand, services. Got to make sense though. But other than that, yeah, man, it's been a pleasure. Love talking to you, and thank you for having me on.
Thank you, buddy. Like, this has been so much fun. Like, thanks. Like, again, thanks for taking time out. I know you're very busy, and when you're not busy, you just like to chill. So thanks for coming on and doing this.
100%, man. Thanks for hitting me up, bro. It was a pleasure.
And you could tell I'm Italian the way I talk with my hands, right?
Oh yeah. Where the fuck is it at, Cam? Give me the fucking shit. Yeah, man. I'll be watching some Sopranos tonight, but yeah, 100%. I love that shit.
Like, what?
Anyway,
Every Italian show you watch, like TV series, films, just watch their hands. Like every Italian talks with their hands.
I got a little clue that you were Italian because I kept seeing like a little bit of this. I'm like, what's going on? Like,
I don't know what it is with like Italians talk with their hands, and
so
when I got guests on, sometimes they're looking at me and I'm going like this, or like, why does this guy have his hands up in here? Is he trying to fight me?
Yeah, right. Oh my god, it's so funny. But yeah, other than that though, I thought that this was great. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yep. Till next time, stay in touch.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Thanks.
I too, by the way. Hasha, let's go. Fuck yeah, let's kill it. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.